Hi guys, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be giving you 10 fun ways that you can teach vocabulary in the classroom. If you're interested in reading the theory behind this post, then this video, then you can read my latest blog post, which I will link for you. However, let's get straight to it. So, 10 fun ways to learn a vocabulary, to practice vocabulary and to teach vocabulary in the languages classroom. So, number one, I would recommend that you use emojis. Emojis are very current, they're modern, up to date. If you have an iPhone, you can use the message app on your iPhone to press on all of the different emojis related to a different theme. So this one I actually talked about, I looked at sports. I pressed all the ones to do with sports. Then I formatted it a little bit, screenshotted that image and then cropped it and then sent it to myself by email, and then I saved it as an image. You can use this in many different ways. The way that I used it was to give the students the image. They had to write the words, as many words as they knew or as many sporting activities as they knew in the target language. They worked in pairs then to add some more, and then finally I helped, or the whole group worked together to finish it off. After they had this vocabulary activity, they then used it to talk about their likes and dislikes. So that's number one. Number two, okay, we're on number two now. So, odd one out. The odd one out can be used for any topic. I use this one pretty much as a starter. You can have, let's say, 7 different lines. Each line has 4 words. And the 4 words should have one in there that doesn't match the rest of them. So let's say that you're giving towns in France. So 3 of them could be a town, 1 of them could be a town in a different country. And then the students have to decide which is the odd one out, and they have to justify their answer. Often there can be more than one correct answer, more than one odd one out, because of various reasons. So sometimes if you have all the towns beginning with C, for example, apart from one begins with E, then the student could pick that rather than the difference between Germany and France. That's a fun way to get things started. So the next one, number 3, we're going to talk about Lego bricks. Lego bricks are pretty cool and they can be used in many ways too. In this activity you can see that the teacher has asked the students to find all of the synonyms for like less. They've got less, they've got decrease, they've got minus. You could do the same. Alternatively, you could just get many different words, adjectives, nouns, subjects, and so on. And then students then have to create sentences using the Lego bricks and, you know, put them in the same way to make a correct sentence. So that is number 3. We're now going to move on to number 4. Number 4, I'm going to talk to you about Post-it notes. So Post-it notes are very versatile. In this activity you can see that I have put German words and English words, and it was actually a matching activity. This worked really well in the classroom because students were able to get up, move around, work in teams, and the first team to find all of the adjectives and match them correctly basically won. So it adds a little bit of a competitive element as well as movement. So this is a pretty fun activity to do if you have the space to do it. Okay, number 5, Pictionary. Some people like drawing, some people don't. Some people are good at drawing, some people aren't. I'm one of the people who aren't very good at drawing. However, this is a nice activity because you can work in groups for learning vocabulary or for recycling or talking about vocabulary that you have learnt. Students take 3 to 4 pieces of small paper. They fold it in half and they draw a picture of something related to the topic that you're talking about on the piece of paper. So for example, if you're talking about healthy living, you could draw some food items, they could draw things to sports, that kind of thing. And then once they have drawn the picture, folded it up, they put it in the middle of the table, and then they work as a team. The first person picks one, describes what they can see without saying the word, and then the person who gets it correctly, they will then take the piece of paper. The person with the most pieces of paper at the end of the activity will, obviously, they'll be the winner. Again, another competitive element, but it works really well. Next on the list, we have got number 6. Number 6 is word clouds. So here I've used Postit and I've just uploaded a text and it's taken the words which were repeated the most. So you can see here Tina, ist, Kent, for example, and then students can then use this vocabulary to create sentences. Alternatively, you could also just upload words and then the students have to describe or create a definition for each of the words that they see. Number 7, Lollipop Sticks. Brilliant because they get the students moving around. In this activity, which I found online, the teacher has got start and then they have got a list of antonyms. So you can see they've got start and then next to that they've got new, and then on the next lollipop stick, which they have divided into half, they've got old, and then expensive and cheap, easy, difficult. So this is something that you can do as well. If you want to though, you could also get students to categorize vocabulary. So instead of matching them up and creating the list like they have done here, you can put things like verbs, nouns, adjectives related to a topic. For example, let's think about the home. So they could draw pictures of furniture, they could draw pictures of different rooms. Sorry, you could write different rooms, you could write verbs to do with things in the house as well as adjectives. And the students have to then categorize them. Again, a nice active activity that they can use. Number 8, vocabulary highlighting. So in this activity, you give the students lots of words on a piece of paper, and then individually, or they can work in small groups or pairs, you have to get them to highlight all of the different words related to something. So in this activity, I gave the word great, and they had to find all of the synonyms to do with that were related to the word great. You don't just have to do highlighting in one colour, you could do 2 or 3 colours. But really get the students thinking about the vocabulary that they know, as well as perhaps learning new vocabulary as they go along. Number 9, we're on number 9 now. Sponge letters, or actually any type of lettering. You could just write the letters on the board. I recommend 7 letters for this, as well as 1 letter that they have to use in every single word. So you pick 7 letters, or the students pick 7 random letters. And then a letter that they have to use in every single word. The aim of this activity is to create as many words as they can on the topic or the theme that you have given them. And I would recommend that you say the word has to be 3 or more letters. So this one, sponge letters or any type of lettering, create words, as many words as you can in a set time to do with the theme, using all of the letters a maximum of once, but the letter that you nominate that has to go in every single word also has to be used. That's number 9. Finally, number 10, we've got word spirals. This is brilliant because you can have lots of different words put next to each other, and then the students have to find each individual word and then write it as a list. Or they might have to categorize them as well to add an extra element to the activity. In this example, actually, I have uploaded a paragraph, and you could also get the students to create to separate all the different words and sentences to recreate the paragraph as it was before I uploaded it. For this one, I used the website Postit site, which I will link to as well, because I think it's a pretty good site which helps with learning vocabulary. So there you have it, 10 fun ways to learn vocabulary in the language classroom. They're also great ways to teach vocabulary as well as practice vocabulary. Let me know how you get on. Hopefully it has been a useful post for you. If it has, please do subscribe below and leave me a comment if there are any other things that you think we should be using to learn and teach vocabulary in a fun way in our classrooms. Thanks very much. See you again soon. Don't forget to subscribe.